podcasters. I'm your host, Super Joe Pardo, and this is the Indie Pod Daily. Today, we are talking about a topic near and dear both to my heart and many, many podcasters, super successful podcasters out there. The topic today is whether you should be niching your podcast. First off, I apologize. I thought I was going to do this live earlier this morning, and that did not wind up happening. I was running around a lot, doing a lot of different things throughout the day, and then I looked at my watch. I'm like, oh man, it's like 9:30 already. I need to go and make this happen because we're going live every single day here in the Indie Pod group. Just because I got a lot of things to talk about, and I have a lot of people I want to put up and bring onto the platform. So if you're watching, thank you so much for taking the time tonight. Put in the chat where you are listening from, and of course, this episode of Indie Pod Daily is brought to you by Indie Pod University. Get over 100 hours and growing podcasting resource videos. Go to indiepoduniversity.com and check that out. Also, the free live virtual conference, Podcasting for Beginners, June 13th. We just put up all of the schedule for all of the speakers so you can check out all the topics and the speakers that will be going on June 13th. There is a special guest. Ambition the Poet is going to be making an appearance and speaking. What is up, Brett Allen? I love your icon picture here. It is awesome. Yes, it's going to be a great time. Brett Allen is one of our speakers. So today I want to talk about niching because this is the first ever Scholarship Saturday. So today on Scholarship Saturday, I'm going to talk about a podcasting topic for beginners. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will answer them as I go. Basically, when should you niche? And depending who you ask, they would mostly say yes, not if or when. Just yes, you should be niching. And for the most part, they would be right. You should consider doing all the niching. I'll give them some dings because they are right to an extent. I have a slightly different approach, right? When I came into podcasting, my journey started with a show that brought a lot of different people together in a lot of different ways. So for me, there wasn't really a niche so much as the idea that I was bringing people that had a lot in common together. They just were in different backgrounds, different industries, but they were all pretty much entrepreneurs, business owners, and the like. So it was all under the Dreaming umbrella. And so I was working more on bringing the type of people I wanted together rather than like the specific background, like industry niche, super, niche-y kind of people together in one group. And what I would say to you is if you're just getting started, you might not know what your niche is going to be. What you think you're going to talk about is not what you're going to wind up talking about. What started out for me is inspirational, not just for myself, but for the people listening, and the people who were guests on the show ended up being more about business. And eventually my show went from being the Dreamers Podcast to the Dreamers Podcast, business lessons from those that live their dreams, because I was mostly having business owners on the show, mostly having entrepreneurs on the show. And that just was out of nature of me trying to connect with the people that I wanted to talk to and interview on the show. So, and what I would say is if you're just getting started, that's what this topic, this is what Scholarship Saturday is all about. This is the day to get your questions answered for a topic that should be for mostly newbies. But sometimes we need to recheck ourselves, right? I know, Dave Jackson, he put it out there that like, hey, Joe wasn't really clear on his why at the time. And that's where he was kind of floundering and figuring it all out. through like, and this was years into my podcasting journey. So, no hate from Dave. In fact, Dave is speaking at the Podcasting for Beginners virtual conference on June 13th. So you definitely want to go and check that out. But the thing is I was trying to change course, but I wasn't changing course enough with the branding and with everything. Like I didn't bring everything together at once to make it all work. So my point is that if you're just getting started and you think you know where you want to be or what you want to talk about, I would say start with that. And then as you work through, constantly ask yourself, like, is this really what I want to be talking about? Am I bringing the right people together? Am I getting the results that I wanted, right? Am I getting the results out of my podcast that I'm desperately looking to get, whether that's money or more notoriety in your niche or your industry? And if it's not working, then maybe you haven't niched enough. Sometimes you might feel like it's hard, like, oh, well, I could talk about pens and all the different pens, but like, what if I niched even further and I just talked about like this one company's types of pens because they've been around for 100 years and I really, really love their pens. Well, there's other people that are going to feel that way and they're going to fall under the banner of like that specific company, that specific pen. Or you could do things like the story behind, like Emily Prokop, right? It can be broad, but at the same time, it's like you're bringing the right right. Brett, sell me this pen. Please do. I would love for you to sell me this pen. This is my favorite pen, by the way. Is the you're not going to be able to see it unless it's the Pilot G2 0.38. It's ultra fine. You probably can't see it on camera too well, but it's a super fine point. In fact, so much so if you push down on the pen, then you wind up basically messing up the tip, and then it doesn't write right. So it's only for the people that really know how to write and not like murder their pens. So I you don't have to start out with a niche, but I would say that once you've gotten your reps in and you start to feel confident talking on the camera, as D.J. Jackson always says, like, don't ask how you make money, ask how you can get good, right? And then I ask how can you get great, and how can you go step by step and take it to the next level. And as you take the next level, you might find that like, hey, the show that I'm doing doesn't resonate with where I'm at now, and now I'm going to Joe the Wolf of Podcasting, not Wall Street. Yeah, no, I'm not a Wall Street kind of guy, if you couldn't tell. But I appreciate that. I do like that. That was an incredible movie. So anyway, you need to be doing everything you can to constantly check yourself and make sure. So like in the case of myself, like when I was getting started in podcasting, I also wanted to start a whole host of other different shows. And we talked about this 2 days ago with Benjamin Mullen on Training Thursday. Like maybe you're trying to take on a little too much and you're just trying to like create all these podcasts and you're hoping that one's going to it's going to catch and it's going to make sense and it's just going to take off. It might, but the odds are not in your favor that it will. So what I would say is cut your teeth on whatever it is that you can get started with, so you can just get the reps in and get talking in front of the mic, talking in front of the camera, get yourself rolling. And then once you get down that road, start questioning like, okay, who am I supposed to be talking to? Who do I, what's the outcome that I'm looking for out of this? And then just dive deeper in how you're going to make that outcome happen. So part of this, right? Part of me doing these daily indie pod dailies is, while it's not so much a podcast because it's not in a feed. So like, no hate, Todd, from Blueberry. I totally could turn this into podcast episodes. I have the MP3 files. I could totally just start like, shoving them in there and making it happen. I'm not sure that I want to necessarily do that. I want people to see the video, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I do. Maybe I add this as another episode to the Indie Pod podcast. It's not impossible for me to do it. Actually, it would be kind of easy for me to do, to add the MP3 file. So I might do it. I don't know. Maybe if I'm going to do it, I probably should do it soon, because otherwise I'm going to have to go back and do a whole bunch more episodes, admin a bunch more episodes. But the way I'm counting these is the Indie Pod Daily. So we're on episode 6 of that. And Facebook user, you need to go to StreamYard.com/StreamYard or StreamYard.com/Facebook so that we can see who's saying that. Yo, I've been eyeing StreamYard. It seems sweet. It is sweet. I'm able to put your comments in. I have this scrolling banner at the bottom, so I can change that up to say, hey, go check out IndiePod University. Check out the Podcasting for Beginners on June 13th over at indiepodcon.com/virtual, or just let people know, hey, they're watching Scholarship Saturday. So StreamYard is definitely one of my favorite ways to do it. One thing I wish was that the audio quality was a little bit better. I'm not a super fan of that, but I'm willing to take the L on that. Oh, it's Steven. Hey, Steven. I'm willing to take the L on that because of the ease of use that it enables me to be able to, both live stream to multiple places, record the video, record the audio, download it right after the fact. Like I'm willing to make those concessions, because to me, saving time is everything, especially when you're looking at doing things like this day after day after day. So anyway, getting back to me doing this daily, the why, right? My why is to get you to allow other people to learn from me as an expert in the community, and to be able to highlight other people. Tomorrow we'll be highlighting highlighting your wins, highlighting some of our community members, our most active community members, and just reflecting on a great week. So I'm looking forward to Shine On Sunday tomorrow. But part of it is this enables me to grow that know, like, trust factor within the community that is rapidly growing. So I'm taking this opportunity to say, hey, we're doing these virtual conferences. I'm loving doing them. People were loving speaking at them. We're doing them every 2 weeks. It's awesome. And the best way I know how, rather, on top of posting every day in the group and stuff like that, is to just go live in the group and have a topic to talk about and demonstrate that, like, I know what the heck I'm talking about, because I've been doing this for a minute. So, and ultimately to get more people to come to our September event, and to get people to sign up for IndiePod University, and to, buy some, mic dropper merch here. Like that's what I'm doing here. So, if you're wondering why I'm doing it, that's why I'm doing it. And that's why I want you to be thinking about why you are doing the show that you're doing, and the reason, all of that stuff behind it, so that you can put your best foot forward in making it a success, and having the most people identify with it, like it, know it, trust it, and grow with it, right? And hopefully makes, inspires some real change in this world. So if anybody has any questions about niching, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to throw comments below in this in the chat here. I'm gonna get out of here. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm ready to go and crash. So I will see you all tomorrow at some point for Shine On Saturday. And don't forget, on Wednesday we have Karen Yankovich coming on the show to talk probably something about LinkedIn. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked too closely, but if I had to guess, it's something on LinkedIn. And I look forward to Motivational Monday talking about fire, ready, aim, and how I operate and think, and how I get, how I just keep it moving. So yeah, and then we'll have Tech Tuesday. I'm not sure what piece of tech I'm going to talk about yet, but when we get there, I will know what we're going to talk about. And I gotta reach out to some people for the next training Thursday, where we do a sit down hot seat and we go over your podcasting efforts and figure out where you are with podcasting and how you can get further or where you want to be with your podcast. That's on Thursday. So hopefully I got to get the calendar link set up so we can get some people, filed in for that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope everybody is doing well and safe. And if you went to protest today, I hope you had a great time. It's something that I wish I could be out there with you. But unfortunately, with my son, it's not really the smartest idea for us to be exposing ourselves like that right now. So more power to all of you that went out and protested peacefully, and hopefully we can continue to inspire change in this world. All right, I'm out. Have a great night, everybody.